Welcome to the first video demo of Text-Based Adventure Game Engine. So, the Text-Based Adventure Game Engine is a Java Swing application that will eventually allow a person with minimal programming knowledge or experience to implement and deploy their own game. And in order to do this, I'm programming everything at the interface level, so it will be easier to change around and make new features or stronger features to replace the basic ones that I'm designing now. To go over a few things, every instance of the game will have a main game panel. This was designed with NetBeans GUI editor. I actually can't get a very good copy of this because NetBeans does not autosave, and I lost the form data for it. But every main game panel will load a world, and a world will have an active player, and that active player will have various attributes to them as well. Basically, the player will have an inventory, they'll have level up points, they'll have attributes, they're going to have a spell book, if of course the person deploying it wants them to have a spell book. And then those things are further organized into spells, spell effects, items, item effects, and stuff like that. The game will be organized into levels. Those levels will have stages. The stages will be like a smaller unit of just game environment per se. Right now I have plans to make dialogue stages, battle stages, loot stages where characters may acquire an item out of a chest, decision stages where the character has a choice as to go one way or another. Maybe a shop stage, I'm not too sure about that. It would be cool to add support for it, but I hadn't thought of it prior to now. So I'll go ahead and pull up the interface, or user interface that I've designed here. And here we are. This is a dialogue stage. It currently has 2 dialogue stage strings within it, and you can cycle between them using previous and next. The next thing that I'll show is the main stage panel, or the main game panel, loading a different stage, currently on the exit button. We're now in a different dialogue stage, and here they are, different stages dialogue, or different stage dialogues. Now, I've yet to implement the character panel, but the attribute panel is functional. It loads the player's attributes, and it works on the player models, so we're able to level up a point, and even after we've disposed of the view, we reopen it, and we have our data persistence here. We have an item panel, or an inventory, as you could call it, and here's the starting stone. It's just a test item. It has 100 charges to it, and when we use it, it will consume these charges. Consuming 1 charge each use. For the sake of time, I won't go through all 100, but we can also discard it, press OK, items, the stone is still gone. The spellbook not implemented yet, nor is the adventure log. However, I have plans to implement these things soon. The next plan I have is to implement the combat stage type, finish off the enemies, and the spells. I have to write attack interfaces and all of the code to handle the actual battle between the player and the enemy. Yeah, that's it for now. If there are any questions, comments, concerns, interests in participating in the project, etc., 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 let me know. Thank you very much.